Hey, hey.
What's up, everybody?
Howdy, everybody.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Glad to see everybody here.
Wow, lots of people.
And all of the comments.
Yeah.
Welcome to tonight's live stream. We've got a bunch of stuff that we're doing tonight. So first off, hello, Patrick. Hello, Jerry. Hello, Jeremy. Hello, everybody. And more importantly, hi to everybody who's out there in the comments. Hi, Steve, Brandon, Tony, Jeff, Jim, all of you people in the comments out there. I just want to say one thing really quick before we get started, and that is Pop. I know you're watching. I have something that I'd like to talk to you about. If you could send me an email, I would appreciate that very much. thelasermakersrealm@gmail.com. So Pop Moose, please send me an email so I can talk to you about that privately. So, okay, we got that out of the way. Tonight we are doing several different things. Right now I've got files running on the fiber. I've got a file to run on the diode. I'm going to run them both at the same time. If you can see here, I've got two windows open in Lightburn, and I'm going to do both of those tonight at the same time. Patrick has got something special that he refuses to tell us what it is. So
you'll find out later.
We'll find. That's okay. We can wait.
Going to be using the CO2 again tonight. So I have a project. It'll burn, and then I'll show you how to put it together.
Perfect. And that guy down there, Jerry from 3DHP, which if you haven't subscribed to his channel yet, please go and subscribe. I'll put links up in just a few minutes.
I just got on live streaming earlier for 3 hours, and I didn't get my project ready for tonight, but I'm here for support and, talk to chat and all that good stuff.
Yeah, Jerry is going to be watching the chat tonight and popping up questions as we go. And, of course, we've got Jeremy down over there in the corner. He's in the corner tonight. But Jeremy is doing something different tonight. He usually does the fiber tonight. I'm doing the fiber. And Jeremy is going to be doing the diode laser on wood. So we have a action-packed night here tonight. And I'm going to give everybody else a chance to say hello so I don't dominate the stream. Patrick, what have you been doing for the last week while I get my next business card set up on the fiber?
Besides working all the time, part-time jobs made me full-time basically. But I have a few things I can show you that I've been working on. And then when we get back from the ISA show next week, I'm going to continue working on this stuff and then get some videos out. So let me switch to my phone real quick. Maybe. There we go. So this is just a piece of mild steel. So I've been working on doing some 3D engraving, and that is just fresh off the laser, no polishing, treatment, or anything. So that's a nice 3D flag there.
Very nice.
So really trying to work on my steel 3D engraving settings. I did a video about brass 3D engraving. So there's the wallet that I did. As you can see from the edge, it took away a lot of material. It looks bent, but it's actually not. Just removed a lot of brass. And then I'll show you one more thing. It's a little messy in here. On the bamboo, I have a probably can't hear me.
I hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
On the bamboo, I have a 3 collar skull running. So this is going to be a bearded skull, red, white, and blue. And this is about a 2.5 day print. So I'm working on that. And then I'll be packing and getting ready to head to the ISA show. But I've been a little distracted with work. I did a coin. Well, actually, I'm not going to say what I did because it's a surprise for hot makes. So Edge of Tech's channel, and he has the Hot Mix channel. Monday night, check that out. You'll see the different coins that I engraved for them. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to give it away in case they're watching. But check that out on Monday night. You'll hopefully be pretty impressed with what I came up with for those guys. That's
Nice.
it for me for this week.
Hey, Jeremy.
Hey
What
guys,
you been doing?
good to see everybody here tonight. I have a few different things going this week. Not everything's been on the laser, but what I have been working on is into my recycling some firewood again and making some coasters with AI, obviously. And well, I got a few done.
Nice. I
Couple
like
of-
that one. That's my favorite.
That one's my favorite as well. And I think this little guy on the frogs is my favorite.
Yeah, that's cool too.
That looks good.
Yep. And then I have another one here. I like that one
Very
too.
nice.
And I've got a butterfly. I don't know if it's done yet. It might just be. Hold on one second.
In the meanwhile, down at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see our new host Jeremy's information. So please, help support the channel and go over to his channel and subscribe.
There. Thank
Very
you.
nice.
That one's just hot off the press. It doesn't have any clear coat on it yet, so I'm sure it'll look good when I get that done. So I'm gonna be running a few of those tonight. I've got some more butterflies to do and some.
I would like to see a frog riding a butterfly.
Hey,
Nice.
I think I used up all my tokens for my AI stuff today, though.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jerry with 3DHP. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. I have many hobbies. I have no laser projects ready to go today or tonight, but I can show you a picture of a file I just got off Etsy. Quiet dog. That I'm going to be engraving starting tomorrow. Here's a clock. I got a file off of Etsy. Another friend of mine named Scott from Edge of 3D just built this. It's multiple layers. You can put the mechanism on it off of Amazon. I'll be doing that starting tomorrow. So that's a cool little project.
Hang on one second. There we go. Oh. You don't want to show your clock?
Yeah, I showed it real quick. It's all right.
Okay.
I don't have it done. It's just a picture I showed.
Okay, and hang on one second, and I'll be right back, and I'll tell you what I've been doing.
All right.
Yeah, Larry. Sometimes I'll use grayscale at the beginning for a prompt. Sometimes I'll say black and white, and sometimes it still does a black background. So then I have to go back in and I have to do no background, and then I always put SVG style ready for laser engraving, and it seems to crisp everything up when I do that. So been playing with that, practicing.
So this is what I'm. Yeah.
Which laser are you using there?
I am using the 60
Monport.
watt JPT MOPA. Yes. And I'm doing my business cards for the ISA show. I just actually got done. Oh boy, doing 1,500 business cards as a last minute order for 3 different people at the same law firm. And thank goodness I had them in stock. I just got 5,000 of them last week to replenish my my inventory. But and I don't do jobs anymore like this, but for this particular law firm, I do it all.
I used the Monport for my business cards to take next week, and use the jewelry rotary and use light burn repeat marking. And I was supposed to get a video out on that, and I didn't get it done. Obviously, I was at work. So,
but let me show you what
next week.
The other project that I've been doing, and that is
Tyler.
This is the video that I launched this morning. This is completely designed from scratch. It is a crucifixion cross, and the photograph was actually an oil painting that I edited and exported and then imported it to Lightburn and traced it and made some changes to it. So this is the video that launched today, is the crucifixion cross. The one that I'm doing tonight, I just finished the prototype while we were waiting to go live, and that is a version of the Amazing Grace cross. This is my version of it, and it has a base, and there's some special features in the design of this that you can't see right now, but I'll show it to you close up later. This is what I'm going to be doing on the diode laser tonight. And like I said, this prototype just finished while Patrick and I were waiting to go live. So that's the other thing that I've been doing this week. And tonight I'm going to be demonstrating both the fiber laser over there and the business cards. Oh, and I didn't show you the business card. So this is my final design, which is a QR code. It's 3 different colors. I know you probably can't see that on the camera, but it's gold, white, and silver. And then on the back side, I've got my information here, my phone number, and the little Lightburn logo. That Lightburn logo is about 8 millimeters.
Wow.
So yeah, so this is what I've been doing for the last couple of days. This only today. Today I've started the design of my own business cards, and unlike Patrick's, if you watched his recent video, he got what were they? The 4 mil business cards, Patrick?
0.45 millimeter.
Yeah, I got the 0.19, so you can see how that bends. You see that? But the good thing about using these really thin ones, I paid a lot less than he did. But the good thing about these really thin ones is that when you put them in your wallet, if you're a person that sits on their wallet, you won't damage them because they'll bend and then they'll go back into place. So, and I did make one batch for somebody of these business cards that they didn't like, the thicker ones. Thank you, Bob.
I have nice, pretty shades, though. See?
Nice.
Yeah, I like the black ones. The only people I do these for are the lawyers, and it's only one law firm, and they like the black. They like black, gold, and white on their business cards. Very nice.
I wanted to try something different.
Yeah, I like the colored ones myself, but I don't have any. Well, I do have some, as a matter of fact.
I did do some different shades on the black ones. I think you can probably see that. Other than where I spilled coffee on it. Those are my demos anyway. My engrave is going to take just about
Hey, Tyler.
an hour. So I'm going to get started on that. But I'm going with the CO2 today. So I'm going to get it set up. And something I do want to say about the engrave I'm going to do, it's going to be acrylic, clear acrylic with the CO2. I run my CO2 laser up out of focus about 3 millimeters on this 2.5-inch lens that I'm running tonight. So I think you get a better engraving on acrylic with a regular CO2 gantry laser if you run it up out of focus. How far up depends on which lens you're using. 2.5-inch lens, approximately 3 millimeter up out of focus, and it runs well. I think I'm running 500 millimeters second, 0.8 line spacing, 60% power, and I should get a nice engrave on this acrylic for the project that I'll end up putting together.
Sharon Blair, thank you
A little
for
bit.
$10. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you, Sharon. Much
Come on.
appreciated.
While we got a little pause, I'm going to, for those of you that want to know, this is just firewood from the back room, shed, wherever you want to get it from. Some of them turned into boards, half-inch
nice.
thick, 3.5 by 15. Nice spalted beech. I like that. That looks really good. I got a few of those boards, and then turns into that.
That's beautiful.
So
Very
there's
nice.
my recycled line: copper, brass, wood, whatever I can find around here, just to make sure that people know that there's material out there to use if you're running short or if you're just feeling a little artsy.
Would you rip it down on a table saw and then a planer?
Yeah. Yep. Actually,
Yeah, I don't
no. I got my table saw tuned up enough to where all I did was rip the boards down and sanded it.
Okay. I don't have a planer. Never owned one.
I got one. I just didn't use it.
I mean, I got a CNC, but a planer would be faster.
Yeah.
Okay, so while we're all getting set up here, I've been running my business cards. We'll talk about the settings and things later. I have both of these windows open here in Lightburn. So you can see I've got one laser on the left side, which is the fiber, and I've got the other laser, the diode, on the right side. And this is the way that that I'm running these two lasers tonight. And I'm going to get the diodes laser set up and get that first job running while Jerry monitors the comments. And I put a link to Jerry's YouTube channel down below. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. So please
Thank
go over
you.
there and give him a subscribe. He has a great live stream every Saturday.
Questions. If you guys have questions, put question marks in front so we can see what they are. Sharon has a couple of things here before we get bogged down. I don't know if you want to put that up, Jerry. I don't know where she started. She had another one up here somewhere, but I don't remember where it's at.
Let me look for it. Or if you find it, go for it. This one here.
Yes, that's the one.
Hello all, I'm Noodle Laser and I do epoxy clocks and other little things. I have been watching your videos every day to see what I am doing wrong. I cannot get my weld, cut, and trace to work.
Well, that's kind of hard to answer in a comment because they're all different functions, and usually it's usually the order of selection. And if you're doing like welds, you can use the assistant, the Boolean assistant, just by pressing Control and B, it'll pop that up, or you can access that also from the tools menu. But that wouldn't be something that we can answer in a live stream. If you shoot me an email with a lot more details and maybe a copy of the file, I can take a look at it for you. Carl, what project are you talking about? The font?
The mother sign?
Mother sign, yeah.
Hold on. Let me go into Lightburn and see if I can find out. It's just whatever one comes on the computer, I think. It wasn't anything fancy.
Yeah, I've never tried pallet wood, but I have access to plenty of it, obviously. Here, there,
I
and
have
everywhere.
Sawzalls and sanders can make a lot of stuff look pretty.
I can go down by Walmart and I can tear up some homeless guy's apartment and I'll have a lot of pallet wood.
I have a half a shed full of pallet wood. I have a pallet buster, which is like a bar with hooks on the end. And then I have one of those metal detectors that you scan people with. And then I have a nail remover gun. You put it over the nail and you pull the trigger and it shoots it out the other side. Pop, did you send me that email? I see you're chatting over here.
Carl wants to know what font did you use for the mother sign, if you know offhand.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It says Alberto, Albertho.
These are the jigs that Jerry was showing. They work on your standard chuck rotary and
Yep.
also the jewelry rotary. So I was able to use the jewelry rotary with the Mon port because it doesn't go very high. So using the lower jewelry rotary, I was able to use that for my business cards.
Cool.
Those are really nice.
But these are dual purpose for business cards, and if you're going to do wallets, the RFID wallets, that right in there. That's this cutout is for the money clip.
And I have a very nice one right here. My friend Patrick sent me because a company online was out of stock, and he hooked me up. So, and I have a couple black covers if I want to do the black anodized. I can do the black anodized.
Nice.
And I also got these really cool stickers. Check this out. Stickers. Learn to learn and light source engraving with the QR code.
Very nice.
And Pop City sent you the email.
I'm going to cover, if anyone, I know there are, Sharon, my email is thelasermakersrealm@gmail.com. But I'm going to cover the settings because I know there are some people watching this right now that are saying, oh, you shouldn't do that on a diode laser. It's too much movement. But I'm going to explain why in just a little bit when I cover the settings.
You can do that all the time with the Rolly. It handles it just fine.
Yeah, it does. A lot of people don't like to use the Y for scanning, but this is actually a checkerboard design that's going on here, and I didn't want to use the offset fill as much as I love it. So that's the reason why I'm doing it this way. It's a crosshatch.
Yeah, when I did that, the guitar plaque, well, I did the violin for my daughter. I did the crosshatch to bring out the pattern, make that look nice.
Yeah. Yep. Let me just pop up a couple of these questions real quick. Nancy is saying, what is the best setting for engraving on those business cards using a 20-watt diode? I would have to look at my library for that. Hang on one second. Let's see, acrylic, and that's acrylic. It's aluminum.
This project that you guys see on my screen right now is actually going to be given away at the end of the stream today. So
That's
stick
MDF.
around.
It's doing a nice deep burn. Looks like.
It's acrylic.
Is it? Okay,
Yep.
I'm looking at the paper then.
The library I'm using right now actually doesn't have the business cards loaded. I'm doing the business cards on the fiber laser though tonight.
I promised someone that I would do a video testing the business cards with the different colors with the diode once I got back from the ISA show.
Cool.
So that'll be one project that video that I'll have coming out.
Yep. So everybody watch for that. Yeah, tonight I have to do them quickly, so I'm doing them on the fiber. And the reason why this is taking so long right here is because that was an image. So, actually a gold color. And I had to spend a lot of time this morning getting these colors down because it's only 0.19 mil thickness. So I couldn't use a standard library, and I couldn't, my standard library would warp the material. So I had to create all new settings just for this job.
Pop says on the two lasers running, which one's which?
That one is the fiber that you see there, and this one is the diode.
Patrick's
Fiber.
running CO2.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's fiber, that's diode. Patrick is on a CO2. And Jeremy is
On a diode.
on a diode. That's right. Tennessee Wood Signs is asking if you have a video on how to set up the business card jig, Patrick. I think he does.
I do not. I was going to do a live stream 2 weeks ago, and then I had to cancel it to show how to set that up. So I've also promised I would do a video on that as well. So those are 2 videos that will be coming out soon.
Let me
Once I get
put
back from the
these-
show, I'm going to have like a week off, so I'll be able to get those done.
V, on that question for the MK30 stainless steel for annealing, I run it at 3,000 speed, 90% power, 300 lines per inch, and in fill, and I change $1.28 in the console to 1,000, and I get a nice anneal on that. And I'm guessing that this Frank is answering the question on his 20 watt for the business cards, I think. Thank you, Frank. Hello, Dennis.
Okay, I got
87%. It does actually seem a little high to me too.
You got your
I got
exhaust
another
on,
one.
right?
Yeah, on the business cards, I think I only used about 30%. Best way to find out, guys, is a material test.
Yep. Test.
You got to
test,
burn to
test.
learn.
That's right.
Burning is learning.
Nico 372 says he has a longer Ray 5. Is it possible to do 3D engraving on wood with that? Probably not, unless you got. First off, you can't really do 3D engraving at all on a diode laser, but I would say no to that. And Tony is asking, what size stock are you United States Navy? What size stock are you using, Patrick? What size,
That is 10 millimeter acrylic.
Thank you so much, Rita. Much appreciated. I'm glad you're watching. Pop answered his own question with the business cards.
Those are the best kind of answers.
Yes, absolutely.
You answer your own question, sometimes even before you're done asking it.
Yeah. The way those fiber lasers engraved look like some Star Trek technology. I agree. I love watching it. I love watching it engraved.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop up Andy's question here, but I need to go over to the fiber and change out that card. If somebody could read it off.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Got some 1/8" roll mark, and he ran material test. Cut circles and squares. The squares cut at 180 to 200 millimeters a minute, and the circles he had to slow down to 100 to 120 millimeters. Does any idea why?
Yeah, because I'm guessing that you're talking about a diode laser, because as it turns into a circle, the beam widens out. So let me see. It's kind of hard to explain. So if you have your beam is something like this on a diode laser. It's sort of a rectangle, and as you're going around in a circle, it's very wide here. And when you go across the top, it's moving in the X direction, so it narrows down, moving this way. But then when you come back down the side, it's going to widen out again.
Wouldn't that do that on a rectangle as it's doing the squares? He was just
It would
wondering why
do
you
the
had
same
to slow
thing.
down.
Do the same thing on a rectangle. There's no way to change it. I know that people are talking about different
Tammy
ways
says,
to do it, but
I have an
that's just
on-tech
not-
Polar
you can't
50
change it.
watt. Would anybody know where I can get a defocusing test card for acrylic?
I don't even know what a defocusing test card is, so I can't answer that one.
Yeah. Make
Patrick,
one.
Mike?
I'm not sure what a defocusing test card is either.
Huh.
I just run my tests on.
You
Yeah,
can
use the
the OhmTech Polar has a motorized Z, so you can run it at any height that you want. You can set it in millimeters. How high? Is there a library included with the Mark II from the company? Yes, there is, but it's the 10 watt version. There are sample 20 and well, I'd say a sample 20-watt version in the Facebook group. But I'm working on the combo. I'm going to finalize all of that as soon as we get back from the convention. Robbie says that his died after 4 days and had to wait 17 days for another one. I'm not sure what it was that died.
It was a diode of some sort.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Tennessee Wood Signs has a question there.
Just 1 second. Let me pop this up. Terry saying one of these days hoping I can get my designs to engrave in the center of my slate coaster. So, Terry, I've got a video coming up on that scheduled on my channel to get a perfect engraving on a circle. I've actually got 2 of them to show you how to do it that are scheduled while I'm away at the show.
Take care, Terry. Have a good night. Good weekend.
Let's see. You got Tennessee Wood Signs question there, Jerry?
How would how would one mark it? Go ahead. You see it?
Yep. How would one mark a small bracelet with a slight curve on a JPT MOPA fiber laser? Where to focus, etc. First, I would want to know what lens you're using. Are you using 110, 150, 200, or something different? And you would want to focus in the middle of the curve. And you'd want to use a larger lens. It doesn't have to be the largest lens you have, depending on what you have, but a 200 to 300 lens would be appropriate. I would tend to go for a 300 with a curved surface, so you have more focal area to work with. That way you can focus right in the center of that curve and it'll remain in focus for the whole length of it, width of it.
Larry Taylor has a question. It says, I'm late here. How do you get the white letters on the business card to be white?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear with all the noise. What was the question?
Yeah.
How do you get
white
the white
letters on your business cards?
Well, that's a matter of doing a lot of testing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes
On your
a lot of
laser.
testing, and then you can get different shades on aluminum. So Rich put in the work to figure that out
I
for his
burned
particular laser.
to learn. I burned to learn.
Yep. Did anybody get Verl's question about focus?
Don't know. I've been doing other things here.
If I use Lightburn instead of Creative Space, will the focus work the same? Yes, because it's a laser focus, not a software focus.
Yeah. Okay. There's one important thing that I want to show you in Lightburn while we have a minute. And let me show that to you now. Let me put this in full screen. Hang on 1 second, Jerry. I got it. So now in this file here, I'm scanning toward the edges here, and a diode laser, well, all lasers have overscanning. So make sure that you always preview this before you actually run the job. I don't know what screen that preview just came up on. Hang on a second. Oh, it came up on this screen over here. I've got 3 different screens here. So, and what you want to look for here, you see how I've got this crosshatch going on? If you get past that green line right there, I had to reduce my overscanning to keep from getting past that green line. If you go past that green line, you're going to get, I think it's the error 3, and the laser will stop the job. So I just wanted to point that out. Make sure you do a preview and you check so that the laser is not going to go off out of the boundary of the material, even though in this file it looks like it's okay. It may be just slightly off. So just wanted to point that out really quickly. Now we can go back to the show. I'm going to go ahead and start this job on the Lasermatic. And I have no need for framing because I have a toolpath going on here. Just want to check my cuts and layers. Yep, everything looks good, so I can just hit start.
Rita says, where will the show be and is it open to the public?
Yes, it is at the Orlando Convention Center, April 10th, 11th, and 12th. And I believe if you're just a visitor, you can get in for free.
Yeah, during my live streams, I have very few questions that come in over 3 hours. So I'm kind of like, wow, when I look at your chat and I see so many questions.
Oh, we've got almost 200 people watching now on 4 different channels. So.
Speaking of Air Assist, I am using Air Assist on my CO2. I use lower pressure air when I'm running the engrave, and then higher pressure if I'm cutting acrylic, but I won't be cutting it today. I would assume everybody can make out exactly what's being engraved on that piece of acrylic.
Oh, wait, that's acrylic?
Yeah, I
Yes,
thought it was
sir.
MDF. Didn't you, Rich?
It looks like MDF from here. Yeah.
Looks like 1/4 inch MDF, and he said it's acrylic. So you have the paper on it, right, Patrick?
Yes, the paper is on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was wondering on my black if I should have peeled the paper or not, or just left it on both sides. I went ahead and peeled it. I was just careful I didn't scratch it up.
I normally leave the paper on unless I'm running Air Assist from the side.
Frank is asking if the lasers usually, well, on the diode lasers, the one that I have anyway, they use all different methods, but most of them, in fact, most lasers, CO2 and diode, they use linear rails and belts. So you don't really have to worry about the belts as long as you maintain your laser, you know, that's really all that matters. But tightening the belts a little bit is fine. You won't have any problems with that. And I've never really had a problem with scanning offset on any of my lasers.
I had a dog laying underneath, and I was wondering what I was smelling. I don't know what she ate today.
Dawn is saying that she used the library on my website. So if you guys aren't a member of lahobbyguy.com, click on the forum. And once you become a member, you'll see a whole list of free downloads there. And thank you so much. Really much appreciated.
Carl, that's the right one. Alberto, A-L-B, whatever that is. Yeah. If my A sounded like I said E, I apologize.
Dawn, there really is no template for these business cards because they're all slightly different sizes. So basically all you do is draw a rectangle and put it on a toolpath that's the exact size of your the cards that you have. I'm not sure what this is. You guys know what that is? Maybe I missed it. Oh, okay, good.
Yep.
Can you explain overscan and when you would use it? Okay, Ed, overscan is something that's built into all CO2s. It's built into the controllers. And basically what it does is when your laser is scanning from left to right or up and down, it makes no difference. It's going really fast in the middle, and then right here it slows down and turns off the laser, and then it overscans so that it can turn around, go back the other way, and then turn back on right over here. So that's overscanning, gives it time to slow down, turn off, turn around, speed back up, and turn back on. That's overscanning. And on diode lasers,
yeah, look at the CO2 running there, and you'll see when it gets to the edge of the circle frame, when the laser cuts off, the nozzle's still moving, and you can see the red dot extend out past the engrave so that it slows down and then accelerates back the other way.
It's basically just a break. It's a moment in time, a fraction of a second that It allows the laser to slow down, turn off, slow down, turn around, speed up, and turn back on again.
Kind of gets eliminates the jiggle at the end, so you don't get them wiggly lines.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
B is
coming to an
I should give my dog a plain yogurt. I actually have some in the fridge. So anyway,
coming to an abrupt stop is difficult. You imagine is the faster you're running.
Yes, absolutely.
So then
And the
it would end up-
overscan needs to be the CO2s do it automatically, but on the diode lasers they don't. You have to set that on the layer, the overscanning, and the faster you go, the more overscan you're going to need. So if I were scanning, let's say on the X left to right at 25,000 millimeters per minute, I would set my overscanning up to probably somewhere in the area of about 4 or 5%. But if I were scanning left to right and I was scanning at 6,000 millimeters per minute, it wouldn't need any more than 2%.
Nancy says it's $30 to get in the show. She's going Thursday and Friday. Pop Bop Moose thought it was MDF also. And Robert wants to know if the ISA Laser Show is hosted in other cities each year.
I'm not sure. I think
it's the international.
Yeah,
it's the International Sign Association, so it's a big sign makers convention.
Yep.
Yeah, they must rotate cities each year, I believe.
Okay, this one's in Alberta, Canada. And Robert says he downloaded the 10-watt library. He's not seeing a 5mm wood.
Well, good thing it was free. Yeah, I didn't do every type of wood in there. That would be impossible to do.
That takes all the fun of lasering out of it too.
And that's also the free. That's also the free version. So the paid version has a lot more materials in it, and that's in my online store, engravingcutfiles.com.
But the free version gives you a starting point, and it's kind of just from
Yeah.
there. Run some tests, and you got to kind of figure it out. That's the same with anything that anybody does. They get close, and then you got to adjust from there.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which version that you have, free or paid. You know, these are all going to be starting points. So you have to use it, you know, as a tool like any other tool. And
Material type of wood, glue, moisture, everything affects everything. So everything will change.
Right,
Yep.
exactly. And the important thing to understand is that it doesn't keep you from having to do a material test. It gives you a baseline number. So that's how you would set your material test up. Using that baseline number, you wouldn't have to do so many of them.
Yeah, getting to know your laser is part of the fun,
Yeah, absolutely.
the learning process.
Sharon has a question, or Kathy. Sorry, I was looking at a different one. How often do you need to grease the MK2, and what type of grease should you use? Clack Shack's got a really good video on that, and there's probably a couple other ones out there, so I would go check his out. I can't remember exactly what he uses, but
Yeah, I've got one on that too.
Rich has got one. Check out their videos. They explain it.
Let me show you what I use. This is what I use: CNC dielectric grease, and you can grease everything, anything you want with this. So you don't have to worry about electrical connections or anything like that. So that's what I use, and this is a nice. This is like a really, really nice waterproof, you know, grease that works well for me anyway. And I do it about once a month. I do a full cleaning on it. I have a maintenance video where I talk about it, but yeah, that's what I use is the dielectric grease, just to make sure in case I get any on my fingers, on an electrical connection, on a circuit board, I don't have to worry about it.
This is for Jeremy, not Jerry. Can you please give more detail on the coasters you showed at the beginning?
Yeah. Hold on. I'll full screen in a second.
Can we turn our names on here somewhere? I don't know where it's at on here.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. All right. I went over this once, but I'll do it again.
Thanks, Rich.
log. I have a big chop saw. It's a 12-inch compound miter saw, and so I just cut some 1/2-inch thick cookies out of it, and that's what I do. Grab some firewood out of the back. Out of the back room. I hate my camera, and yeah, it's firewood. Everything's backwards.
Nice.
I had a sycamore tree about 8 years ago, no, maybe 10 years ago, that I cut down, and I used a lot of the branches just for that. I got them up to about, I guess maybe I used all the ones that were probably up to the size of the 10-inch saw. So like maybe 5 inches, something like that.
That's beech. Yeah, so there's some of that. The boards that I showed, they're spalted, almost like spalted maple, but it's beech, and it's a lot brighter, and it's hard, and it engraves very well. I love it.
I bought a bunch of hardwood off of Amazon about a week ago. They're all about a foot long, a box full for $50 for different types of hardwoods, because I didn't want to go to a specialty store here in Vegas and buy an 8 or a 10-footer and have to cut it down and pay an arm and a leg. So I bought a bunch of scraps, because at Home Depot and Lowe's, all I can find basically is pine on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And cedar.
I got aspen from Menards, and like a 1/4-inch thick, like a 4 by 4 inch wide by 6 or 6 inch wide by 4 inch or 4 foot long board. That's very, very bright, and it's harder than pine, and that engraves pretty good too. That was like $8.
By the way, guys, if you wanted to follow along with my amazing Grace cross file and do it while we're live, you can go over to the thelasermakersrealm.com, and it's the very first post. The file download is already there. If you'd like to download the Lightburn file and run it yourself.
Here we go.
No, Tony, I am not familiar with that brand. I use dielectric grease for just about everything.
Caps lock got somebody else. I hate that. We got our firewood delivered last spring, so it's been sitting in the shed all winter and drying out, and it's good. I like it. I don't have a moisture meter.
Yeah, I have white lithium grease that I use on my 3D printers and on the laser when needed, and I just wipe off excess. Wipe down the rods, put a little bit on it, wipe it, and wipe off excess.
I see Mike is here. How you doing, Mike? Don't go to sleep tonight.
Tari, good evening, gentlemen.
Nice. I like that.
Cool.
Hello, Steve. How you doing tonight? Thank you for stopping by.
I'll start weeding this thing and then show you what it's going to become. I'll walk you through making it what it's going to be. Anyway.
Yeah, they're laser of love. I put clear coat satin on it just to soak into the wood. Maybe a couple coats. It depends on what it looks like. And then I go over it with gloss, a couple coats.
Let's see. And for my settings on this CO2, I think I said I was running 500. I was actually running 600. It's a 90-watt tube. So 600 millimeters per second, 90-watt tube at 60% power. I hate weeding these things. I just hate it. Get these big pieces and then I'll switch to duct tape.
It's good to see you. This is a good question. Where is a good place to get your blank business card? I just bought 5,000 of these really thin ones on Temu for like 6 cents a piece, I think it was. And Patrick just did a video as well on the thicker ones on his channel.
Yeah, link in the description on that video to the thicker ones.
And Nancy is saying, this is why I'm going to the ISA show, because I'm jonesing CO2, considering the Mira 9. Yeah, so Aeon is launching, I think, 2 new products there. We're going to be at their booth. Come and visit us.
Yeah, Patrick sent me the link to these. I got off Amazon. They're thicker, they're glossy, and they're beautiful cards. And when you drop them, they sound like metal.
All right, partially weeded. We're looking really good.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Now I find I get a better frosting and just a better engrave running up out of focus. Like I said, for that 2.5-inch lens, I was about 3 millimeters out of focus.
Andy, the business card coins that I make are always, for demonstration purposes, I use plywood in my videos, but I always use a hardwood, usually an oak for those.
Oh, Pop Moose, I just watched one of your videos, and I noticed when you're editing your video, you can flip your camera around, because everything I seen was in reverse. You forgot to flip it when you edited it. No biggie. I can read backwards.
Just watch it in a mirror.
Yeah.
All right, I've got mine finished over there. I'm going to go take it off the laser and show you guys what I did.
I uploaded the video like that a long time ago where I forgot to clip it.
Did anybody notice?
I don't remember if there was a comment or not. I noticed it, and I hate when you upload something and you try to catch every little thing, and then you upload it and you still miss something. That you forgot to do this or forgot to do that.
There's always something that you wish you would have changed or done differently. Seems like.
Yeah. Got you on the big screen, Rich.
If you're wondering why I was using the paintbrush on this, it's because you usually, if you have your settings right, you don't have to worry about getting bad burns or dust and debris. Why is this not focusing? Okay, we're going to try this again. So you see how clean that came out? It wasn't clean a second ago. I just brushed off the debris. And let me show you now what I did here on this. Let's see if I can get a close up.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can see that pattern that goes all the way around there. The pattern in the engrave. I can't get too close on this camera, and it won't focus, of course. But there we go. That's the pattern. I'm going to show that to you in a moment. So how this works is you've got this one. And this file is available for free right now on the thelasermakersrealm.com website on our blog. So this one goes behind it like that. And you'll see there's a tab sticking out of the bottom layer. And this is what it looks like. The one I did right before the show, I went ahead and just used a marker on the background for the black. So that's what it looks like there. And then this fits into here like that, and I've got it sized just perfectly so that it fits in like that. And then this bottom piece, which also has that same pattern on it. What is wrong with this camera tonight? Let me try the other one that I just got off. See if this one focuses any better. You can't really see it, but there is a beautiful square pattern going on there. And then this one just fits into this slot right on top of it like that.
Very nice.
So I don't have it lined up yet, but once I get it lined up in the right spot, they'll both fit together like that. And you have a nice three-piece cross once I glue all this together. So what I wanted to show you tonight was the actual file itself. So this file is available on our blog right now, lasermakersrealm.com. It is the first blog post. So if we take a look here, let me make the screen bigger so that you can see this better. I'll just cover these settings for you really quickly, and let's go over them from the top. So the blue layer is that text that's flashing right there. And by the way, there is a new feature in Lightburn where you can just right click anywhere across this top and just do sort cuts last before every job. And that'll make sure that your cut layers are always at the bottom. But let's open this up and take a look at what we've got on the blue layer. So I did a fill at 9,500 speed, millimeters per minute, and 70% power with a 4% overscan at 318 LPI. And then I did a line after fill on the text at 6,000 speed, 65% power. On the black layer, which is the pattern that you saw on the engraving, I did it at 10,250 millimeters per minute, 85% power. And this shouldn't have been constant power mode, but what it is, with a 2.5% overscan because I didn't want it to go off the, I didn't want to get that error 3 or 9, whatever it is. And a line interval, lines per inch of 40. So that's the key right there, lowering your lines per inch all the way down. And then the red layer, that doesn't matter. That's just the cut layer. But anyway, that is the entire file right there. And this is probably a better way for you to see this. Let me turn off the traversal moves and zoom in. And there you can see the pattern better.
Oh,
so
good.
that's the pattern that I was looking for right there. And this file, I actually started, there is a backstory to this. I guess I should go into the backstory. I was about to make this file, and all of a sudden, 3 other people on YouTube came out with a video on making it. So they all, 2 out of the 3 were using a similar or the same font that I was using. So I came up with a totally different new font and put it on the back burner because I didn't want to compete with those other videos. So that's why this has been on the back burner. Today I broke it out. Instead of just doing the cross, I did the back layer with the tab on it, and I did the 2 bottom pieces so that it could stand up with the slot in it, and finished all that up right before we went live. So that is the backstory behind it. This has actually been something that has been in the works for probably over a year that I just kept putting off. I think I'll probably make a video on it and show the design process of it. But that is my project for tonight. You can go over to thelasermakersrealm.com, and on the blog, the very first blog post will be this video that's playing right now, our live stream. And below that, you'll see a download where you can download this for yourself and make it.
Here's where we're at on comments. Can you engrave black anodized aluminum business cards on a CO2 laser, Patrick?
Yes, you can.
And then
you wouldn't want to engrave them. You'd want to just remove the top coating though.
Yeah, it's just going to remove the color.
Congrats on getting your Lasermatic 30s in a couple weeks. And Nipa says, Patrick, she's seen Emily's Gorilla Tape for weeding, for pulling off the paper.
Yep, that's what I had, and it ends up being easier just using my fingernails for those.
So,
at least for this acrylic in that paper.
Just want to say something quick. I keep saying the Laser Makers Realm. It's just lasermakersrealm.com. So that is the website, the blog website, lasermakersrealm.com. It's not the Laser Makers Realm. I say that because I guess it's just natural. I'm gonna go
Let's
and
see. I am ready to assemble whenever you want to pop me full screen.
There you go.
All right. First, I have a 3-pin wire. And then you can get these no solder connectors. So you basically put your 3 pins in, 3 wires in there, and then these close it, and it'll make contact with the wire. And then these are designed to be used for the 3 strip LEDs or 3 lead LEDs. Then you would pop this side in there to create the connection, which is what I've done here already. As soon as it focuses, there we go. So those are nice no solder connectors for LED strips. Get that out of the way. And then you can purchase these LED remote controls that are also 3-pin. Then you just put those together and put it in the right way. Should put the glasses on. Then all we need is a 12-volt power supply. Plug that guy in, and then we'll have working LEDs. And then what I do for these signs, depending on if I want the LEDs at the bottom or the top, will depend on if I print off one of these little bases that I made, then put the lights in there, or if I'll use a track at the top, and then basically the lights set in the top. This one's going to be a top down. I forgot to put holes in it, but I'll cut holes in it. Then you can hang it up once it's lit up and assembled.
I want one of those.
Basically, all I need to do is take some hot glue, 3D print these tracks, just like
Notice how he ignored that comment.
I can hook you up with one.
I
can throw one in my carry. I can throw one in.
I'm going to see you in a
my
couple
check
of
baggage.
days. So I'm going to see you in a couple of days. Hook me up, man.
Yeah, I'll throw it in my check baggage.
Are you going
I
to wear
got
your
to do this live. I got to do this live so that he commits to it.
wear your engraved work boots to the show? Everybody can see them.
So anyway,
I'm definitely wearing my
the LED
my,
strip has the adhesive on it, so I use that to fasten it into these tracks.
I can see that smile on his face while he's talking. I can imagine it.
I am. I'll make you one. I'd be happy to.
I'm just teasing you, Patrick. You got enough stress going on right now.
Yeah, Tony, I see your comment. Type in chat what business you might have bought it from, and I'll look them up online.
Patrick knows a guy for the sign.
That knows the guy.
What's that?
That knows the guy.
Knows the guy?
Pop Moose says, you know a guy for the sign.
Yes. See, I think I printed the wrong track. It's a little bit tight for this LED strip.
Get a hammer.
Yeah, you
About
can't
ready
get it lay
to.
down. Looks like it's in there diagonal. Getting stuck.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. This was Jeff. Yes, there is no cutout there, so I'm going to add it later on after the stream. But for those people that get the file, just do what Jeff says and cut out that little piece there between the R and the A.
Now, normally what I would do is, let's see, I have the hot glue sitting here. I would run a bead of hot glue back and forth a couple times, and then pop this on, and that'll secure the track to the top of the sign. See there. But then that's what we get. And let me plug this guy in. And then I'll bring it to the camera.
Your hot glue gun's not on, is it? Because it's hitting that wire.
Oh,
It's
that's
all right.
pretty.
All right.
Beautiful.
I need to get one for my logo, 3D HP. That look really cool.
And let's see. I lost the remote, but these are really bright LEDs and they're fairly dense across the strip. So you get a lot of light out of that, just being 12 inches. But they do every color under the rainbow. And there's all kinds of different patterns, flashing patterns that they do. I'm going to cut down my overhead lighting so that stands out a little more.
Where do you buy your acrylic at?
I got the last I got from Piedmont Plastics, but they changed their name. Can't remember what their name is now. Let's see. Let's turn these off.
Steve says that he wants to thank you, Patrick, for helping him spend a bunch of money last week.
Well, it's better than drinking or gambling, right? Making some creative projects.
So you've got that circle that's down inside your base. So you're going to make a wider base for that and then make a arch underneath that so that your circle shows up inside the base?
No, this one's it's not going to use the base. Yeah, it's going to be hung up so that it's not exactly. It's not going to be cut off.
But you could do that for a base if you couldn't hang it somewhere and you wanted to sit it on a shelf.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now that Patrick is done, I am going to take the spotlight here and show you how I did these business cards. So let me switch over to Lightburn real quick and close this start dialog. And if you see here, I'll zoom in on this so you can see this better. So if we come to the cuts and layers, the green layer I did at, and this took, like I said, a lot of testing to get this down because these business cards are so thin that if I used the regular normal settings, what happened was they would start to warp. So I did this at 9,000 millimeters a second, 16% power with a frequency of 110 kilohertz, Q pulse of 160 in a crosshatch, also in flood fill. And then on the black layer, which are, you can see here, I did this one at 3,500 millimeters per second, 20% power, 132 frequency, 200 Q pulse, a bidirectional fill in flood fill. And then the blue layer, which is the phone number that came out white, 9,000 millimeters a second, 18% power, 110 kilohertz, 200 Q pulse with a crosshatch and a flood fill. And then finally, which is the laser focused right over here, 3,500 millimeters per second, 20% power, 132 kilohertz, 200 Q pulse, no crosshatch with a flood fill. And that is, those are all of the different layers. If you didn't catch any of that and you're still interested, you can always watch the replay of the video and skip to this part and hit pause. And then what I wound up with was what I showed you earlier, which is this business card right here. That Beautiful. Is the front side. QR code works. And this is the back side. And I wanted my name and the YouTube to be in gold.
I guess you'll know tomorrow if it was good to show your phone number on a live stream.
Oh, lots of people call me every day. I trust me, I get tons of phone calls every day.
I don't know if it's showing up on screen well enough that you can see the different shades, different color as it's switching all around.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just have it on the auto setting and it does all kinds of crazy stuff.
You got that plugged in a USB, right?
No, it's just a 12-volt wall wart.
Okay. I need to buy one of those for my light that I did on the mirror. Changes colors, but it's USB, so I got to plug it in somewhere.
I tested my battery pack.
Thank you for all the compliments, everybody.
tested my battery pack for those LED lights, and I had a strip of the fairy lights, and I left it on with the 3 AAA batteries in it, and it lasted for more than 30 hours. So that was pretty neat, especially if you use rechargeables.
There you go. You want to show something?
Oh no,
No?
I was just
Okay.
moving something.
And
Just
whenever
my
you watch
pretty-
Patrick's
Just my pretty
videos,
face. That's fine.
stick around to the end because he usually has a wig on. He's playing his air guitar, and it's pretty cool. At least I think it is.
Air guitar, violin. What else have I played?
Oh, that
something
violin.
else.
Do you actually play that, or is that just something you bought? You like the way it looked?
It's my daughter's. She plays violin.
Oh, cool.
And so that's
my
an
son
actual-
played viola.
That's a functional electric violin that she has.
I'm
Nice.
just waiting for you to get the tuba out.
How
I was going to make a wood saxophone here pretty soon.
is your daughter? Is she real good, Patrick?
I don't really know how good she is. She keeps
Because,
getting
hey,
better. She's
If she's good, she could have a YouTube channel just playing like 3 or 4 minute videos, and everything on the internet blows up, and you never know.
Yep.
So
I guess I'll find out she has a concert coming up soon with her class.
Okay.
I did this video this morning on the, let me take this comment off. This is what he was commenting on. This is the crucifixion cross that I did just this morning. This video launched on my channel. It's a self-promo video where you can go and buy the file. There's also a discount code hidden in the video if you want to get this. He was, I think Just Me was saying, thank you for the self-promo video this morning. Will that file work on the WeCreate? Yes, it will. It's a Lightburn file. So as long as you just import the file into the WeCreate, it's going to work.
DaVinci 10, I recognize that name.
Okay, let's get into the Q&A now that I'm focused. Jerry, I'll take over the comments. Thank you very much. So we are 1 hour and 12 minutes into the live stream tonight. And if you've got questions, now would be the time to ask them in the next 20 minutes, 18 minutes.
I got 5 minutes left on something I'm cooking up, and it's going to take me about 5 to get it prepped to show.
Okay. Well, we got time.
Well, I was going to
still-
give this sign away, but apparently it's going with me to Florida.
That's nice. Patrick, what would you charge to make those and sell those lower 48? You have an idea? If somebody wanted one with something on it? I guess it all depends how much time it took to design the logo, but
Yeah. That's a good question.
Patrick, I'm going to get the giveaway tool loaded because you are going to give that away tonight. You said you were, so we're going to. I was just teasing you earlier.
Fine.
All right, let's see. I have to
No,
find it.
just means he's got to make another one.
I know.
I think he should make another one actually.
The little bitty one.
Little baby one.
All right, let's see. We got to do this live stream, and we're going to do.
how much does a piece of acrylic like that cost, Patrick? With shipping and everything, your cost, what do you think? You're probably buying it bigger and cutting them down, right?
Sometimes I'll order the 12 by 12 just so I don't have to mess with it. Sometimes I order a 12 by 24 and cut it in half with my chop saw.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Patrick. That one's for you.
I print them on demand.
Okay, so you have to type LMR sign, all one word in the comments if you want to win that sign tonight. LMR, Laser Makers Realm, sign, all one word, LMR sign. Best guess for
LMR
settings.
stop.
I don't know. I don't have a 150 watt CO2. Patrick, you have a best guess for settings for the business cards? I have several different settings on my business cards, depending on what you want to do.
I do not. It's been so long since I've attempted a business card on the CO2. I use my fiber for those all the time.
Yeah.
Is
Rick,
this for your
yeah.
sign, Pat? LMR sign is for the one behind you?
This one
What
right
he
here.
just made.
Okay, and it's lower 48 must be present to win, right?
Lower 48 must be present to win. Yes.
Okay, Rick, if you have a cracked diode lens cover, that usually means that you didn't clean the lens. So you have to clean the lens frequently on the diode lasers. Jay Bake is saying, I've been working on lasering coins, currently waiting on a jewelry tumbler. Will that polish them up, or will it ding the surface? Patrick uses tumblers.
Is it a wet tumbler? I use a wet tumbler with jeweler's mix shot in it, and typically some burnishing compound, and they turn out great. I don't run it on high speed. I think it has like 5 or 6 levels, and I run it on the second speed level, then have it run forward, and then it pauses and then runs in reverse. It's not going to turn out any different than, probably have to turn my lights back on.
The shop that comes with them, you don't use. You buy the better stuff separately, right?
Yeah, I got the better stuff separate.
Yeah.
Bull Dodge R is saying he's still trying to get acrylic settings right with his Creality Falcon 2 40 watt. Hopefully you're just trying to engrave dark acrylics.
That's that's brass after coming out of the wet tumbler.
Oh, that looks nice.
And let's see. This one's brass after coming out of the wet tumbler. Oops.
Oh, that's beautiful. The dragon.
Yeah. So no,
Patrick,
you don't
a
lose
lot of people want this sign.
So you don't lose the detail with the tumbler.
Okay, Jeremy, you're not getting it, so never mind that.
I tried. Guys, you can't blame me for trying.
Hello, Kate Beasley. How are you doing today? Haven't seen you around in a little while.
Is Romark engraving plastic compatible? Yes, it is, with a diode laser. Yes, absolutely. In fact, I did a video on it for a keychain video. If you search my channel for keychain, you'll
Here is
find
a brass wallet before you engrave it, exactly like Patrick's. That's what it is before he made it all fancy and pretty.
Nice.
But you got to be sure to take
your
the
shot.
off.
It's your first time on the show. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. Hope you win. Sorry, Jerry.
And be sure you take the wallet apart. You don't want to melt the insides. If it gets too hot on the brass. Take out all the little
I melted a stainless wallet. In fact, I had it sitting right here. It is right here.
Hope you're feeling better, Kate.
I've had some other.
This is what happened to my wallet.
Oh no!
Melted and warped. One side of it came out, started coming out good, and then I realized the settings were off, and it was too late.
What's terrible is when you have expensive material you're using and you experiment with it and you ruin it. You're thinking, "Oh my God!" And yes,
Yeah.
I said ruin. I didn't say ruin. I say ruin. Just like Patrick, don't say colors. He says colors. So anyway, everybody has their words. My sister's always correct.
That's because Patrick comes from the holler.
Yeah, actually, here I found one of the coins I was looking for. Guess that'll explain it. This one was also out of the wet tumbler. State Seal of West Virginia.
I was reading about the tumbler that you have, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, buy this Sonic one." It's like, no, they're $200. I'm not spending $200 on a tumbler that I wouldn't use very often. The one Patrick's talking about, they're around 40, $50. Plus, you buy the shot to go with them. They're reasonable.
Burn to learn is right. And I got to tell you, folks, on this project here, these business cards tonight, I went through 15 different business cards doing material tests on them. So to get just the right settings.
Yeah, that's why I bought this big stack, so I can afford to waste a bunch of them, flip them over until I get my settings right. I like to do a bunch of really nice pictures on my fiber laser. So I have a Halcyon 60-watt JPT MOPA.
Pop-Up says he's from New Jersey and always getting teased about his accent.
I have a hot tip. It's a pro tip. We should do more pro tips. Focus your laser before you start cutting things, guys. Yeah. Yep.
By the way, I did wind up having to go 2 millimeters out of focus for these business cards because I couldn't get the gold color without doing that, without warping the business cards. So absolutely true, Jeremy. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I was burning them 1/2-inch cookies, and I was at 5 or 6 millimeters up, no, 8 millimeters up to get that engraved, and then I didn't drop it for 3 millimeter plywood, and even slowing my speed down for the 40 watt, it didn't cut it.
Yeah, in Lightroom, I've mentioned, and Rich used to do this, is before you burn, have a little, what's it called, Rich? It pops up on the screen. Did you do this, and this before you hit go? You have a little reminder thing. You know, did you take the laser? Did you take the cap off the fiber laser? Did you focus it? You know?
Yeah. In the device settings in Lightburn, you can set up a what is it called, Patrick?
Checklist.
Checklist. Yeah, and you can type in anything that you want there. On my cards, Just Me is asking what thickness are the cards. Mine are 0.19 mil, so that they bend with the wallet.
0.19.
In order to win that sign, do we need to go through some type of initiation? No.
Mine are
no
0.40. 0.40 on these that I have.
Yeah, yours are twice the thickness of mine. Yeah, no, there is no requirements to win that sign. All you have to do is type in the comments LMR sign, all one word. You have to be present to win, and you have to be in the lower 48 United States, so it doesn't cost Patrick a fortune to mail it off. Which we're going to be addressing that soon too. I think we're going to go worldwide, and I'll foot the bill for the postage in the future.
What, did you win the lottery or something? You're going to go worldwide?
No.
Wow. Oh, can I show how they flex?
Flex.
Yeah, I've been retired for 10, 11 years, so I can't flex like that no more. But yeah, they bend a little bit, but they're good and heavy duty. I really like these. They're not flimsy. I would want to get these all day long, or I'd want these given to me. The quality, I love them. And that's thanks to Patrick Light Source Engraving that I have these nice business cards.
Mine are nice too. The thickness is all up to your own preference. But I got mine for about 6 cents a piece on Temu. So
they're shipped out in a busted plastic case. It's shattered on all 4 sides. Probably delivered by USPS. That's why it's busted.
At the end of your engrave of the card, I noticed the machine seems to do a spot scan of the entire card. No, that's just that's just the flood fill function that you're seeing there. I can actually make this larger so that you can see it better. And right now it's doing the image, so it's going to take a little longer. and I have it running slower because I have to compensate for the thinness of these cards. So I had to take it out of focus just a little bit to get that gold color. Well, Noel, thank you for being here at 2:53 a.m. in the UK. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate everybody being here, by the way. And now we're getting toward the end of this business card, so you'll get to see what that question was all about. But I think it's just doing the text. Yeah, see, it's just doing the text. So that's it. That's all it was doing there is just the text.
Oh, that red light chasing. I think that's that's just the.
Oh, that's the.
It's just the framing.
The framing.
Yeah,
It's just the framing red light. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So on a fiber, when you hit start, it frames it, and I can turn that off so that it actually just.
You can have a perimeter frame. It does a rectangle.
The thicker business cards can handle more heat without warping, so you can do some of the darker shades of aluminum.
Exactly. And that's the problem I had today, was I wasn't able to use any of those presets, and I had to run a bunch of material tests.
That's what I was planning on doing, but I didn't like it. I think I'm going to leave it simple and just leave the photo on there, and put all the other stuff on the other side.
Yeah, but yeah,
these practice with
these fiber lasers do outstanding photos on these black business cards.
That is
Jeremy,
still an AI as well.
Do you have a website?
I
Jeremy?
do. It's up and running now. Finally.
Okay, can you give that address out?
Yeah, I'll put it in the comments real quick.
Okay.
The thicker cards, if you go to my channel, my latest video is on the business cards, and there are links in the description to get the thicker ones from the two Amazon sellers that I recommend.
HoldTheLineCustoms.com. It's a baby website. There's only a few files and a couple of things for sale on it right now. So my daughter's in charge of it, and she's busy.
On a diode laser, to get out of focus, lift the head up. Yes, that's correct.
You got a new member, Bell. Welcome.
Awesome.
Welcome, Bell. Thank you for becoming a member. If you guys want to become a member, you can do so below the video.
Can you do photos with the fiber laser on wood? Yes and no. I don't have it anymore here. On MDF, on the darker MDF, if you're careful and use a bigger lens, you can do it. It's not the greatest. I wouldn't do it for anybody personally, but you can. You have to use MDF.
Greg, if you're having a mirroring image, you may not have imported the LB set file on the USB card. You probably have your origin in the wrong position. And V says, thank you, Jeremy. I'll be glad to plug you on my website. Links as well. Mine is just a baby site too. I'm going to go change my business card. And if you wonder why I'm doing these business cards all through the stream, we're going to the International Sign Show in Orlando next week. So I'm trying to get at least 150 of them done.
Yeah, that's what I spend my spare time doing. I have almost 200 of them ready to go.
I don't think I'll give out that many. There's only about a dozen or so, maybe 15 or 16 laser manufacturers. So I don't know who would want my card.
I'm just scattering them everywhere just for people to scan it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll walk by a table, lay it down, walk by that table, lay it down.
Yeah. Scan it. It takes you right to my YouTube channel.
Any
Pick
tips
up their
on
card,
cleaning?
replace it with cards.
I don't think I'll ever do it again. Any tips on cleaning after cutting on a diode? Well, you know, some cleaning vinegar will take the odor. If you're talking about the odor and the soot, it'll take it right off.
I haven't done it yet. I don't plan on it. It's nasty even cutting it on a table saw.
Yeah, MDF is a really nice material if you're doing like photographs and stuff like that you're going to frame. But other than that,
CNC, it's good on your CNC.
I see quite a couple of creator channels online on YouTube where that's all they use is MDF, but not my favorite choice of material.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Robert. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Hardwood works really well for photos. I like it.
Patrick, Precision Works is from the holla. Holler.
Yeah, I do not know what chocolate gravy is. I know there's, you know, country gravy and then more of a white gravy, but I'm not know what. I don't know.
love gravy. I've
gravy
never
is.
heard of chocolate gravy. Unless you're playing in the mud outside on a heavy rain.
Hershey
Have a
syrup in the bottle in the fridge. You put in milk.
Yeah.
Pop, watch for your email. I'm going to answer you tonight after the live stream.
I want to see a chocolate gravy fountain. Is there such a thing?
Oh, absolutely.
It's
Go
called
to the
Wait, no, that's
the
cheese.
Solera
It's called-
Casino. The
Wait.
Solera Casino in Manila has got an outstanding one. Kate, thank you so much for that donation. We really appreciate
Thank
that.
you, Kate.
$50 from Kate. Kate is one of our
you.
biggest supporters.
Chocolate gravy. I'm gonna have to go out
I need to
YouTube
know
and
what
watch
chocolate
videos.
gravy is. Yeah, I need to know what it is first.
Ken just got X-Tool S1. So much fun. I'm not impressed with the S1 at all, especially since it's not completely compatible with Lightburn.
I made country gravy yesterday with sausage and biscuits, and I didn't put enough flour in my gravy. It didn't thicken up as much as I'd liked it to.
Thomas
Cook
got it. A fondue fountain.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to the Solera Casino in Manila last time I was there, and they have this lobster buffet with probably 20 or 30 different all-you-can-eat lobster, plus 100 other dishes there, and they had this big, huge fondue fountain in the background that was pouring chocolate from every direction. It was really cool. Terry, I think you're echoing it.
Chocolate
What?
gravy is a sweet sauce made with flour, fat, cocoa powder, and sugar. So it's not the same thing you'd find in a traditional chocolate fountain.
What's that, Rich?
It's fixed now. You were echoing there.
Oh,
But let's see.
Chocolate gravy over some flaky biscuits. That does sound good.
Yeah. That one's for you, Patrick. Branding
I was
iron.
going to make branding iron. Definitely a fiber.
Yeah.
Material. Copper, brass, soft, mild steel, probably.
Yeah, it'd have to be probably mild steel just to be able to take the repeated heating over and over.
Brian, if you want something free, GIMP works really well for photo editing. If you need to do some advanced photo editing that you don't have to pay. So that's one of my favorites. I also use Xara, Xara. It used to be made by Corel. It's marketed by somebody else today. It's $29 for a lifetime subscription.
was that funny, Jeremy? Here's another one.
No, I was left. I was chuckling at Kate.
I like that one.
Okay, so let's see what we got. 103 entries. Last call for the entry for the sign. Patrick, hold up your sign again, please.
Hold on, let me hold it up without.
There we go. Last call. LMR sign. Type that in the comments if you want a chance to win that. Last call. Last call.
It has a little bass that sets in, but that's beautiful.
Actually, I'm going to cut holes up here so you can hang it.
Okay.
Just type it in the comments. LMR sign, one word.
JC, I don't know what you're trying to sign into. There's nothing. Maybe you're already commenting here, so you're already signed in. All you have to do is type LMR sign in
No
the comments.
spaces.
And multiple entries don't count, so you only have to do it once.
Yep, just one entry.
When I pulse my laser W42 during alignment, I get a donut and not a solid dot. Do I have something incorrect? You're probably having a reflection off of the nozzle. If you have a reflection off the nozzle, that would happen if it's not perfectly aligned, your last mirror, then that's going to happen. It's going to hit the tip of the nozzle, and when that happens, the beam widens out and turns into a different shape, or you might even get two images instead of one. Pop-Up says he loves a good old-fashioned biscuits and gravy. Man, you're not the only one. Biscuits and gravy.
I've never made biscuits from scratch. I always buy the tube. I crack it open. They're already pre-made.
Check your mirror 3 alignment. That's
yes,
probably what's off.
Yeah, where the beam comes out of the laser nozzle is probably where you're having the problem there. But biscuits and gravy, and the other one, the Eggs Benedict, my two favorite. Eggs Benedict is my favorite breakfast, and there are a couple places here in New Orleans that make an incredible Eggs Benedict.
I done a video the other day, me and my wife, for our anniversary, went and ate at this little diner downtown, and I got a pot roast sandwich and some meatball soup, had cheese on it. Oh my God, that pot roast sandwich was so good. The only thing bad about the video is it got demonetized because the music was so loud in the establishment. You could clearly hear the rock and roll in the lyrics. But it's a good video to watch on my channel.
Yeah, Pop-Up, you're right. Shrimp and grits is also to die for.
Yeah, love fried apples. Put cinnamon on them, cut them thin, throw them in a skillet.
Would a wobble setting result in a donut type mark? Well, we're not really sure what kind of laser you're talking about. So,
yeah, fiber laser, your wobble you'd want it to be set really small so it's helping you cut out a line. So you're still going to get a line of whatever shape you have. Just be a little bit bigger. So
here we go.
Oh, guys, when you get a winner and they're here, confirm that they're in the lower 48 before you move on. Just in case.
Yeah. Okay, so if everybody is ready, we are going to give away Patrick's sign right now. You have to be in the lower 48. You have to be present to win, and you have to comment "I won" after we draw the winner. So, Patrick, are you ready, or should I just do this without the drum roll tonight?
I can get ready.
It's okay.
Whenever you are.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Precision Etchworks.
Congrats.
Hello, Luke.
Loop's turned on.
Yeah. All right. So the winner tonight is Precision Etchworks. So go ahead and claim your prize right now by making a comment in the stream saying that you won. Just say, there we go. He just did it. All right. Congratulations to Precision Etchworks. And
send me your address.
Send an address to sales@lightsource.pro, sales@lightsource.pro with your full name and your address, and Patrick will get that out to you ASAP. Awesome.
And congratulations. Congratulations to the 114 runners up.
Oh, yeah. So we had actually 117 altogether. So thank you everybody for entering that contest and being with us tonight. We really appreciate it. We're at 1 hour and 40 minutes, so we're 10 minutes past the end of our normally scheduled end of the live stream. And we still have 200 people here, though. So
Wow.
if you guys want to stay, if you want to drop out, that's okay. I'm going to stay for a little bit. And if you have any more questions, go ahead and pop them in there. We'll stay a few more minutes and see if anybody's got any more questions that we can answer for you.
Yeah, 4 minutes left on that thing. I started it over.
Good night, Moses.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Most importantly,
Absolutely.
Like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff.
Okay. I have had my diode laser about a month, and yesterday engraved some tiles. There's dust everywhere. Should I clean? Yeah, you should always. I clean my lens probably daily, especially when I'm doing like big things like that. So let me get that out of the way so I can see better. I clean my lens just about every day at the end of the day. If you don't clean your lens, what's going to happen is you'll get dust on the lens, and instead of the laser, the lens cover, and instead of the laser passing straight through that clear acrylic or glass, whatever your lens cover is, it'll hit that and it'll ignite that or burn that dust or dirt or debris, whatever it is that's on there, and it'll heat it up and keep heating it up until the lens either gets like a halo, a circular halo, or actually cracks. Kate said, keep an eye next week, mailing you something on Monday. Awesome, Kate. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I won't be here, but my wife will. Patrick and I will be at the convention in Orlando. If anybody wants to come visit us, we're going to be there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at the Orlando Convention Center. Dale, you don't use compressed air to clean that. What you would use is a microfiber cloth and some really high content alcohol, 99% IPA would work well. And you can use a like one of those ear picks. What do you call those things?
Q-tip.
Q-tip. Wrap the microfiber cloth around it, dip it in the 99% IPA, insert it into the end of the module, and turn the module itself back and forth so that, and don't put too much pressure on it. Take it out. I use white cleaning cloths. I got a whole bag of like 100 of them for a couple dollars on Amazon, and then just keep doing it, you know, over and over again. Usually it takes me 2 or 3 times until I have a clean cloth.
On my MK2, I usually stop the fan from turning, and I use compressed air to clean out the goo on the fan itself.
I use a paintbrush. I just stick a paintbrush in there, stick it in and
Who's
out.
Yoda? Are you Yoda? Jim McCall's comment?
Yeah, Jim calls me Yoda.
Yoda, Professor, Jeremy, and Jerry.
Convention Center, there is the International Sign Show. There's going to be a bunch of laser manufacturers there, and Patrick and I are going to be doing 2 live streams from that show, minimum of 2, and we're going to be interviewing those manufacturers and taking a look at their new lasers that they have on the market. So you can join us in person if you're in the Orlando area and come visit with us. We're going to spend most of the first day at the Eon booth. So come visit us. Emily, that mom with the laser, will be there with us as well as a couple of other makers. So
is it pronounced Aeon or Eon? Is it Aeon or Eon?
It's I believe it's actually Aeon.
Okay, just wondering.
Either one works.
Where do you find 99% IPA? Walmart.
99% IPA is, you're probably gonna have a hard time finding it in Walmart. I get mine off of Amazon. It's the cheapest place that I found. But you know, if you can't use household IPA because it's usually 91, 94, something like that, and you don't want to leave any micro scratches on that lens cover because that'll affect your engraving. I put a link in. If you search for ISA Show 2024, you'll find that right away with no problem. ISA 2024.
Signexpo.org.
There you go. Thank you so much,
Take care,
Kate,
Kate.
for being here with us and that fantastic donation.
Kate.
I look forward to that package in the mail. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Minnesota Maker says his Ace Hardware has it. So maybe at Ace Hardware, yeah. I use surgical spirits to clean my diode lens. I think you guys call it rubbing spirits. I don't know what surgical spirits is. If it's got any type of contaminants in it, it's not good for the lens cover.
Oh, Jeremy's got some goodies to show.
Almost.
Oh, he had that project running.
Yeah.
Come on, Jeremy.
I want to get to his chair there.
It's almost all fell out just picking it up off the bed. There's just a couple little tiny itty bitty pieces.
Is that a tree of life?
Yep. Just trying to get this stuff picked out of here. It's almost fallen out already. I just gotta help it. It's all completely cut.
So as far as link for light bar, I 3D print these tracks and then I order this specific brand of LED strips and then cut them to length, use the connectors and the wire harness and then the remote. So it's several different items to make up just one sign. I could probably get a collection of links together for you.
Earlier in this live stream, he showed everything, how they went out putting it together and what he was using.
I don't know how many of these business cards I should make, but I'm going to keep going.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
That was done with
nice.
That was done with the Bing AI as well. This is some flipping fine detail. And then this is a cutout, and you're going to glue the Our Family onto it. And then I got leaves and stuff that you can put on there with all the names of your family and all that stuff for a family tree deal.
For those of you that don't know it, our newest host, Jeremy, is pretty darn creative.
My wife keeps telling me to do simple stuff.
Ideas.
My wife keeps telling me to do simple stuff. I'm like, it is. It's. She's like this. She's like, why is it so complicated? I'm like, it's not. It's just a butterfly.
Yeah. Viking Wind is saying, why are rotary set up on the OLM3? Watched your video, but still have issues. I don't know what FW207 means. Rotation seems to be the well. If you watch that video, I go through in fine detail how to set up the steps per millimeters. The YRR is a machine of its own, but it does work if you follow those steps. Precision Etch Works. Thank you so much for that $10 donation. We really appreciate that so much. In California, you can't. No, that's right. You can't find anything. It's all bad for you. So,
yeah. California's a messed up state.
Unless it's organic or something like that. Dale, thank you so much. Much appreciated. $10 donation from Dale.
I think even their organic stuff are known carcinogens in California.
Yeah, you got to put that
on everything.
On everything.
To the point where it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yep.
Carbon footprint.
I mean, if you get pregnant in California, they tell you be careful because it could be dangerous to your health.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
Michael's Engraving. Love to know what software you use for hyperlapse in your. I use DaVinci Resolve in mine.
I
use Adobe Premiere.
Yeah, I do. I use the little baby brother of that one, the Rush, from Adobe.
I need to switch to DaVinci one of these days.
And speed it up.
I am still going on my business cards.
When I resin lapse on my resin printer, I use a Canon camera with a special plug-in that takes a frame on every layer. So after about 10,000 pictures, you have one print done that took 8 hours. Then I take those 10,000 pictures, drop them in DaVinci Resolve, and I speed them up however fast I want. So you're seeing the print be built out of the resin real fast.
Yeah, Ed makes a good point. How did they label breathing the air in Los Angeles? Yeah, in DaVinci, Michael, you just set an in point and an out point, and then you go into Fairlight and you just change the speed. It's really you just right click on the track and change the speed.
Yeah, I do that in Edit tab. I just right click on the track.
Yeah, but if it's part of a video, you can't do that. It'll shrink the whole track. You have to set in point and an out point. Unless you're doing separate videos, you know, most of my videos are like all one video. So I have to speed up just little parts of it.
Mm-hmm. And then DaVinci, whenever there's something I can't figure out, I go to YouTube on another monitor, I type in my question, and I watch somebody's video about DaVinci Resolve on whatever I'm having trouble with.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
Everyone that uses DaVinci Resolve is on YouTube Googling the features.
Yeah.
Okay, Georgia Bubba, thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
See you later.
We're still here just because we're still here. We'll probably be here even after the stream. So why end it? We still have 132 people with us. So keep up the comments and we'll still be here, I guess.
Well, my friend Patrick is still here. I got a question, Patrick. You said I had some hit. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Okay. So this is just a multi-color roll of filament, one single roll. I just checked in on progress on my bearded skull. So this is what I painted in the bamboo slicer to do 3 color, and I just checked in on it, and I'll show you. That's how it's looking so far.
Nice.
Tony, thanks so much for the donation.
So the
Really
top of the
appreciate it.
skull is going to be blue. All the bone is white, and then the bottom beard and mustache is going to be red.
The Clack Shack is here. Hello, hello.
Hey, Dave, you're still working for a few more minutes. Yeah, we're all still here for a few more minutes.
You got a great channel, Clack Shack. Keep up the great work.
What was your question, Jerry?
I don't know if you know this, Ed, but that DaVinci Resolve sells for as much as $250,000 if you're a networked user producing movies with it, which most of Hollywood uses it.
Yep. Or you can use it for free or get the paid version for like what, $250 or $290. Yep. And that's one-time fee forever. I use a free version currently.
You're welcome, Precision Etchworks. Have a good night. Thank you.
We all love the Clack Shack and Venturi as well.
Yep.
Let's not forget about Steve.
Great content.
Yep.
The wife says no about a CO2. Well, you have to wait. Send her on vacation, like to Hawaii or something like that. Then you won't have to worry about it. Good night to Australia. Have a good night, James.
Good night. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I am not. I'm not interested in the Blackmagic cameras anymore, just because I'm interested in what the Osmo is doing here. I just got the Osmo 3, and this is like the finest, the best camera I've ever seen. It is absolutely amazing. You'll be seeing it in 4K from the show next week when we go live. Just a fantastic, fantastic camera.
I got a problem playing DaVinci Resolve. It's very choppy when I'm editing. And then when I go to render it to my hard drive, it usually blinks off my monitors, shuts down my computer, shuts down the program. It might take me 10 or 15 tries to just render to my computer because I'm having different problems.
Yeah, that's the computer. So if your computer isn't fast and powerful, it's a memory issue with DaVinci. So if you don't have with DaVinci Resolve, you need to have like 64 gigs of RAM minimum. Yep. I have 128 in mine. Yeah.
Wow.
So I get some stuttering as well with 128 gigs of RAM.
I got a Ryzen 7 1800X My card is a 1080 Ti. Got a
Yes.
1080 Ti card in it. It's got plenty of memory. I don't know. It's something. Built in 2017.
Don't know. I have a Thunder. Oh, he was answering another question. Thunder laser. That one's on my radar. The Thunderbolt, the RF laser.
Yeah, 1080 Ti was like $1,000 card when I bought it. That's C2. I bought it for VR, and I have
Yeah.
2 VR sets.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's like 6 years old now.
Yeah, I know it's old, but I don't have the money to upgrade it, so I'll have to wait until I turn 60 in 2 months. So when I'm 62, I'll have more income coming in from Social Security than I can actually do stuff.
Good night, Noel. Thank you for joining us. Yep, there we go. Ed says the 1080 Ti is 7 years old.
7 years old.
There, it's all done. Most of it. Just got the letters cut out, and you just pop them down on there and glue them in.
Awesome.
Take
Nice.
off the legs, Nancy, turn the laser sideways, put it on a dolly from Harbor Freight, a 4-wheel flat cart, roll it right in. It should fit sideways. Most lasers are designed to go through doorways. If you take the legs off of them, just put them on a flat cart, a furniture dolly, they call them.
Let me put that comment up real quick. Yeah, almost all lasers are going to fit through a 36-inch door if you take the feet off.
And if you have to take off the door, it'll give you a couple more inches.
Just Me says, I'm considered a newbie and starting out with the We Create, know nothing about lasers, considering adding a second laser. What do you suggest, CO2 or fiber? And what? Well, I suggest, and if you're going to go CO2, go with a brand name for the most part, like Aeon or Trotec or Thunder, or one of the really proven ones. If you're going to go with a fiber, just make sure that it's a real source. And I would suggest a JPT MOPA. Patrick can continue on with this, with his opinions.
Bedroom door, well, you'd have to measure it.
Yeah, with the Thunder CO2 for sure. That's a great place to start looking.
It's
We're going to
likely
learn more
not
about
gonna,
the Aeons this week coming up. So check out.
We're going to be
the
looking at a whole bunch of new ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of them.
The bedroom doors are usually 30 inches, and not the larger lasers won't fit through those. Not a bedroom door. So a front door, back door, garage door is optimum.
Have somebody take off the door frame in the bedroom, have them cut out part of the wall if they need to, get it in the room, and have it all replaced and rebuilt.
I forgot to show you guys made this on the Lasermatic. It's 2 layers of 1-inch poplar.
Nice.
And then an offset fill to create the different designs around the border. Then I just glued the 2 layers together.
I think all of us, Thomas, would agree on the Bamboo Labs.
Yeah, I got next one, carbon brand. Patrick has a P1S, right?
Yep.
Jeremy's got a really cool 3D printer.
I do.
Yes, we're gonna be seeing the Red Line in person. In fact, they're gonna be demoing it, and you'll get to see that yourself because we're gonna video it, the demo.
No, Jeremy needs a 3D printer. One of these days, he'll get one.
That means I got to learn something new, and I don't know if I'm ready for that.
A 60-watt MOPA is a great place to start. You can do probably 95% of what you want to do with a 60-watt.
Yeah,
that's what my first laser was.
Right. Yeah, he's got it right. That's probably the best one.
Yep.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Okay, guys. We're at 2 hours, guys. So we're gonna say goodnight for tonight, unless anybody has any parting words. Anybody have anything to say?
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, just thanks everyone for watching. We wouldn't have a live stream without the viewers, so thank you.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, thank you all for being here with us tonight. We had a great live stream tonight. We're at exactly 2 hours. We're gonna all get some rest, and I'm gonna finish my business cards. So everybody have a great night all around the world. Thank you for joining us.
Have a great weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you in 2 weeks.